So I did a test the other day, and it was all to do with what's the best setting for your antenna on your controller. But while the drone was on its return to home with the Mini 4 Pro, what had happened, the strong wind warning come up onto the screen, and what it said virtually was you need to descend your drone to make the journey back. But when you first see that, you do panic. And what I did notice, the drone would not descend. It would just follow its path. I think I had it about 200 foot. But when you read it properly, it does say, what you do, you cancel it and then you fly back manually. Well, I didn't do that. But that made me think, now on the Mini 2, you can, as far as I know, you got full control of the drone on its return to home. I'm not too sure about the 3. Anyway, yesterday, so I come out to make this video, I forgot my tripod. But what I did do, I did actually try out the drones. I tried out my Mini 4 Pro, my Mini 3 Pro, and the Mini 2. And my Mini 4 Pro actually descended, which shocked me a bit. Anyway, so in this video, that could have been a fluke. I thought we'll just see what happens. So first, I'm going to send up my Mini 2, my RC N1. And I'll just show you, got full control. And on the return to home, you can turn the drone left to right, you could drop the gimbal down, but we'll see what the other two do. But first of all, as always, let's get the Mini 2 up and you can see what I'm on about. So the home point's been updated. Let's get the drone off in the air. So auto takeoff.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
Now it's a little bit windy. I'm not saying, you know, we're going to get that wind warning, but it's possible as we send the drone up. Okay, we're about 300 foot, 320, yeah, about 320 foot. So I'm going to press the return to home.
Return to home.
Right, now hopefully you can see what I'm going to do on the screen now. So as it's returning to home, I mean, we've got the sun in the face, but I can move the drone left to right. Also, I can drop that gimbal down, which is good. But what I am going to do, I'm going to drop the drone down. We're not going to go onto that motorway, so don't worry about that, because I'm well in front of that motorway. Just seen a seagull shoot past then. So the drone's descending, and I'm doing that with my finger. So the drone's just coming down. I'm still got my...
Landing.
I've just got to release the thing because it's coming down now. But I can move that around. And I can move that gimbal up. So good old Mini 2, still a fantastic drone. I would imagine that's going to be the same for the 4K, because obviously they're very similar. So I've got my landing pad here, and it's well off. It's well off the landing pad. But anyway, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. We're not doing a test about landing pads today. Right, home point's been updated. So ready to do the auto takeoff with the Mini 3 Pro. We'll do the same thing as we did before.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
Okay. Always seem to get that. Anyway, off we go. Okay, just a bit more that to do. Okay, so press return to home. We'll see what happens on the Mini 3 Pro.
Return to home.
So you got my, right, I'm going to move it to left. Right, it's not doing anything there. It's not moving left or right. Let's try that one. No. Right, I'm going to descend it now as well. So it's descending. which is good. I'm going to move the gimbal down so the gimbal works as well. But what it's not doing, it's not doing left or right. But it is descending. So that's something anyway, with the Mini 3 Pro. Off we go. Okay, we're going to take it up to about 320 as the other ones were. That's about right. Okay, so we're going to do the auto return to home.
Return to home.
Okay, return to home. So I'm going to do the left and right. Nothing. Drop the gimbal. So we've got access to the gimbal, which is good. I'm just dropping that down a little bit further so you can see that. Okay, so interesting why the green thing's changed its route there, but it's obviously going to pick me up. But descending, does seem to be descending all right, which is pretty good. I'll just see how. So that other day when it happened, it just didn't do that for some reason. Okay, we're going to see if it lands on the landing pad on this one. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Both occasions, it's not landing on the landing pad. Okay, maybe that's another video to come. What's going on there? So the conclusion. Good old Mini 2, eh? You just got to love that drone. Getting an old drone now is probably something you put in a museum, I think. But anyway, never lets you down. You could see it move left and right. Anyway, the other two, the Mini 3 Pro and the Mini 4 Pro, you just couldn't turn them on the return to home. Now, obviously, with the Mini 4 Pro, you have that green pathway thing. I understand that's probably what's not doing that. But it did descend. But it didn't do that the other day when I had those high winds. But guys, yeah, if you do ever get that warning, what you have to do is cancel the return to home and bring it back manually, and it'll be pretty safe. But anyway, my test was just to see what control you have got on the return to home. So now I know I'll use my Mini 2. And what was interesting the other day, when I had the strong winds, the Mini 2 did just as good as the other two. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, there'll be another video coming very soon.